to an end. Imagine traveling through space for billions of years. You pass galaxies. You pass stars. You keep going until suddenly there's nothing left. No stars, no galaxies, just darkness. But then comes the strangest question. What would actually be on the other side? What do we actually know? So where's the edge? The closed universe. What if you kept traveling? Before we imagine reaching the edge of the universe, there's something important we need to understand. When scientists talk about the universe, they aren't talking about a giant worm floating inside something bigger. The universe includes space itself. And that's where things become difficult. We can look incredibly far into space, but there is a limit to what we can see. It's called the observable universe. Light has a finite speed, and the universe has only existed for a limited amount of time. So there are regions of space whose light simply hasn't had enough time to reach us. The observable universe is estimated to be around 93 billion light-years across, and that's only the part we can observe. The universe itself could be vastly larger. It could even be infinite. And this creates a strange problem. If the universe is infinite, there is no edge. You could travel forward forever, and there would always be more space. But what if the universe isn't infinite? Could there be a final point? A cosmic boundary? At first, it sounds completely reasonable. Everything we know has boundaries. Countries have borders. Oceans have shores. Buildings have walls. So why wouldn't the universe have one? The problem is that the universe doesn't necessarily behave like an object sitting inside a larger empty space. Space itself can expand, and the geometry of space can be very different from the geometry we experience every day. One possibility is that the universe could be finite without having an edge. That sounds impossible, until you think about the surface of Earth. Imagine you're standing somewhere on Earth. You start walking in one direction. You keep walking. You never reach a wall. You never fall off the planet. And yet, Earth has a finite surface area. The reason is simple. Its surface curves back around itself. In some models of the universe, space could work in a similar way, except tin in 3 dimensions. There wouldn't necessarily be a giant wall at the end. Instead, space could curve in such a way that the universe is finite, but has no physical boundary. Now imagine you had a spacecraft powerful enough to travel for billions of years. You choose one direction and never turn around. If the universe were infinite, you could theoretically continue forever. But if space were curved and finite, something much stranger could happen. You might eventually find yourself approaching the region where you started, not because you turned around, but because space itself curved around you. In a strange way, the universe could have no edge, because there is no outside to fall into. There would, but let's take the idea even further. Imagine that there really is a boundary. You somehow reach it. Your spacecraft stops. In front of you is complete darkness. You shine a light forward, but there's nowhere for the light to go. You ask, what's beyond this? And that's where our language starts to fail. Because saying beyond the universe assumes there is more space outside the universe. But if the universe contains space itself, then what would outside even mean? There might not be another empty room waiting beyond the edge. There might not even be an outside. Of course, there are ideas that become even more extreme. Some theories in modern physics allow possibilities involving multiple universes. different regions, different physical conditions, perhaps even completely different laws of physics. In that scenario, our universe could be only one region of something much larger. And if that were true, reaching the supposed edge of our universe wouldn't necessarily mean reaching the end of reality. It could mean reaching the boundary between our universe and something we don't yet understand. Another universe, another region of space, or perhaps absolutely nothing. But here's the most important part. We don't currently know which of these possibilities is correct. Scientists can measure the expansion of the universe. They can study ancient ant light. They can map galaxies billions of light years away. They can test how space behaves. But there is a fundamental limitation. We can only observe the universe from inside it. We can't simply step outside, look back, and take a picture of the whole thing. And that means the ultimate shape of the universe could remain one of the biggest unanswered questions in science. So, does the universe have an edge? Maybe. Maybe it's infinite. Maybe it's finite, but has no boundary. Or maybe reality is structured in a way that our brains aren't capable of imagining. And perhaps the strangest possibility isn't that there's something beyond the universe, but that there is no beyond at all. Because maybe the universe doesn't end at a wall. Maybe the universe is everything there is. And if that's true, then the question isn't really, what's beyond the edge? It's, can there even be an edge?